Family, what it do today? How are y'all doing today out there, huh? We have made it we in the middle of the weekend, if you will, right? Good old Saturday. Looking at March the 22nd, right? We made it to the weekend, family, a time of rest, right? A time of rest. You've heard me reference this on the podcast before. We're just gonna have a basic old conversation. I'm not gonna go real deep. I'm really not gonna go really deep. We're gonna keep this one short today because again, it's the weekend. We out here having fun, family. We got to remember that as much as we go through in this life, right? This is a lot of this is a setup. A lot of this is staged. Again, as we have read y'all from holy books, right, from the Bible and such, a lot of this is vanity. Okay, it's based on superficial, petty things, right? The things that mean something, your life, your mind, your health, your family, right? Your finances. Again, we live in a collective, but at the same time, family, you are no good to the collective if you're not good to yourself, right? And this brings up this idea and topic that we're just going to talk a little bit on. I'm not going real far into it because, again, most people have a certain thought process on it. Again, as we go down the road, years upon years of doing this podcast, we will probably have a bunch of people on at some point to just talk about the various topics that we've laid down here in the beginning. Like we've said that before, we're definitely going to do it, right? Depression, family, depression. I had gotten into a conversation with a couple of brothers a couple of days ago talking about depression and whether or not it is sin-based or if it is a physical ailment or both. Family, we're going to let you know here on a different podcast that we do not do the super-de-duper spiritual talk here. We do give high credit. And when I say high credit, I'm talking about top of the line. If it's A1 and AB, it's A1 when we speak on things of a spiritual nature. As we have said on this podcast, things of the spirit world people know very little of, right? Things of the spirit world people study very little bit of. But let me just make sure if I didn't already, as I've done in classic fashion, my apologies, family. We'll have to make sure we do this beforehand. It's shutting that sound off, right? When it comes to depression, family, this thing is not solely sin-driven, okay? This is not a, how do I say this? This is not a thing where, like, you got to, quote-unquote, get your life right. Now, with that said, things that do help. We're talking about from people studying the subject, okay? Because, again, when we're talking history, talking science, specifically history, it is said that history is most qualified to reward all of our research, right? It's the account of what's going on. Same thing in science. People are studying the thing. This is all not just some human knowledge, like the Bible talks about, I believe, in the Proverbs, right? Trust the Lord God with all your heart and lean not unto your own understanding, right? In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your paths, okay? This is not that part of it, okay? A lot of people have gone through a lot of horrible stuff in life, and we got to be there for folks. There is no more time here to act like we're not there for people, okay? Folks have to have somebody to talk to. Again, how is it said, y'all? It is not good. Yeah, it's not good for people to be alone, okay? When you're alone in life, that thing looks really weird. It looks really funky. And we're not talking funky like the funk era in music. We're not, that ain't what we're talking about. It don't look like that. It's a different type of funky, okay? And we got people hurting each other out here. We're causing self-harm to ourselves and others. It's time that we add love into the game. Those you have not talked to in a long time, family, reach out. Do not sit there and suffer in silence in your pain. And then your hurt. It's real stuff. See, this is why we're saying it's not all spiritual, man. It's real stuff people going through. Okay? And there you have been given real abilities here in this realm, in this plane, by which we can help each other. Reach out and have open, honest conversation. Hear each other's pain, y'all. We get through conversations so quickly just to get to the next thing in life that honestly don't mean a damn. When you're talking about that person in your life, blessed gifts they've been given, that light of life that is in them, that gets snuffed out too early through suicide and through the various storms of life that come to them, reach out and hold their hand, y'all. We ain't got nothing but time. So you got to spend a little extra time with your brother or sister, talking family, but also as family of humans, your brothers and sisters on this planet, right? And again, in families, uncles and nieces and aunties and stuff, hold their hand. Because ain't nobody else doing it. We're quick to kick kids out and go get it on your own. And we're quick to do the Adam complex, if you want to say it that way, man. Like, Lord, this is the person you gave me, man. And it's on them. It ain't on me. No, family. For us to make it through this life and the things that are coming, it's on us. Individually, as a collective unit of people, to uphold each other's hands in the storms of life. That is very real, right? To those individually, again, we're talking, in my estimate, the opinion of the content creator, when it comes to those places when you're down. And it's hard to do it. We understand, right? It's the reason why medicine is involved. It's a lot of these different things. Now, from this standpoint of the soul, okay? Does meditation help? Absolutely. Right? Things of a spiritual nature, do they help getting your life right? All these kinds of things, yeah, do they help? Absolutely. But it's physical things in this plane you must do to help yourself. We don't dumb it down to just some kind of hocusy pocusy type. No. People going through real pain out here, right? And I think that is too dismissed because, again, we're stuck in vanity. It's about you. It's not about the other person. We sit there and deny and saying it. It's not about, it's not about us, but it's about you, right? But this ain't about us. This is about people and us. It's a combination, right? So, family, just some things to look out for, right? You got to go for car rides. You got to go for walks in the park. You got some of these days coming up. Spring is here, y'all, right? A couple days of spring in, man. Soak in this good earth, right? Again, many people say that the new year has begun. I'm one of those, man. The new year has begun when hey, listen, right? On this side of the hemisphere, since people don't know the hemispheres and all this other kind of stuff, listening to Massa, okay? It's got the southern and northern hemispheres, right? And your western and eastern hemispheres, okay? And we all are subject to this kind of stuff. That's why it's good to have refresher courses, man. That's why these phones and stuff like this, as much as we look at booty and everything else, y'all, hey, okay? Or what recipe you're going to cook for dinner tonight and maybe what animal you might adopt and, some real stuff. All of it's not foolishness, right? But for as much as we do all that, man, take the time to educate and cross-reference things. Look at a couple different articles. Just being for real. Right? If you got books at homes with it, match up the articles that you're reading online to the books you might have it. See, taste, and see. There is no time to stop learning, man. Our 40-year-old brothers and sisters, ain't no time to stop learning. 20s and 30s, you just got out of school, you're trying to make your way through college and all that kind of thing. Ain't no time to stop learning. To our 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, as long as you breathe in life's breath, there is something else to learn, man. We don't know it all, right? And in the case of depression, which literally deals with this kind of idea where something is recessed, kind of pushed down. That's what the definition of it means, man. In order to raise yourself up, right? Josh Groban made that song, You Raise Me Up, right? Real life, real thought to it. Even though we clown on dude, right? In the way he sings and all that kind of thing. It's just singing styles is all it is, right? Shout out to our classically trained vocalists out there and singers, right? Because this is real. Okay. Again, just look out for each other, man. Family members, man, drop some of that beef and let's start talking to each other, man. I mean, life's too short for this mess. We're talking the heart of the thing. It's time to put the heart of the thing back in it. The man is willing to put folks in jail and break up the home. I put that up a while ago, just learning some different things about life and stuff like that. In the state of Alabama, they get $450 million off of jailed folks working in regular jobs. We ain't talking about like picking trash off the side of the highway. We're like in regular jobs, y'all. $450 million. People going through serious mental stress out here. Let's be there for each other, right? Let's be there for each other. Stay out the man's sight. Again, let's have enough money in these bank accounts that we can bail each other out when we on these protests to get what's ours. Because again, the man don't want you to be on the top. They want you to be on the bottom. Sometimes you got to sit out on the porch and just look at life, man. Just listen to the birds, right? Feel the wind on you. We're being serious, family. You can take it and clown on it if you want to, right? This is where life is. Much has the good God and creator, maker, fashioner, designer, the most high above us, has given us to live in this life and combat all this mess that we see, right? It's time for us to pick up them tools and use them. And one of them, the easiest one of them, is us talking to each other, right? So that's just what I got for you today, family. Again, we said we're going to keep it short. We're keeping it short. Just wanted to talk just from the heart there for a little bit. Thank y'all for taking this little short trip with me, right? This little walk on the road. And until next time, as always, look out and love for each other. And as always, look to find the beauty in a different view.